that song an appropriate amount of time, I hope. Hello, Thomas. Hello, Stanti. Hello, Gallery. I hope you're
Hello.
all wonderful. Now that Thomas is back from Mustique, right? Mustique. Mustique. We can finally go on with the Wall of Records. Thomas, tell us a little bit about where have you been?
I've been to the Caribbean. It's a small island that belongs to St. Martin's. It's called Mustique. Small island, only with 100 houses on it.
But nice houses, I guess. Is who started Mustique? Because I love that. I didn't know about it before you told me.
There was a guy who bought Mustique, and he started up. He had a friend, some friends like Mick Jagger and David Bowie, and he started up building an island where those people had a house.
And so you had an enjoyable time, or was it was also business, right?
I think they want to make an island, but it's relaxing and joyful. So there's no cars. There's only mostly electric vehicles or those 4 wheels mules they call them. So
only electric vehicles. So that means Donald Trump will never go there.
No.
Okay.
No, they also have cars with engines, but it's like those they call them mules, like the cars that those you see on the field for when you play golf cars.
Yeah. Oh, I like that atmosphere. So
it's a little bit like heaven on earth. It's a really, really beautiful place.
So well deserved. But you still have some music on the background. That's why we can hear you that good. Thomas, put down the music completely. Otherwise, you have this disturbance on the. Yeah. Thank you. What did we just hear? That was quite amazing.
I think another reason to collect Strata East record is this one from 1974. Clifton Jordan, the only album he did on Strata East is this one. It's a double album. And he did some tribute to different people. This one is for Coltrane, but there's also...
that was easy to figure out that this one was for Coltrane.
Yeah. But there's also one for Eddie Harris, and I think it was a trend in the 70s to do those tributes, because I have another Strata East here where there also a John Coltrane tribute on.
Okay.
So it's I don't know why, but I think they were fan of those people, and
there are some reasons. Hey, Sasha. Stanti is not such a huge Coltrane fan, but I can imagine that you like this record, right?
So just to...
Distortion.
Yeah, well, it's...
Stanti, we start.
No.
Yes. We wait a second for Stanti.
This is strange, but okay.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good now.
Yeah, but I'm not hopeful. There's a guy in the VC who we know, Alex. His channel's name is Diamond Marimba, and he did a whole series of like a sort of VC tag of showing your records that are basically homage to John Coltrane's, and it was so that I guess that series would kind of answer Thomas' question. This record is if you went to any sort of record fair that has some like high-end booths and all that, you've seen that record. That's a very collectible record, in the sense that I guess also on Strata East, that's one of the more like gentle spiritual jazz records there. Like a lot of the stuff they put out is a little bit more out there. This one is almost like normal jazz in a way, apart from that part when they start chanting and it becomes a little more like repetitive, minimalist. It's a great record. But it's one also that I've heard for 25 years now. So
Nice. Oh, look who is here. Friend from Israel.
melodies.
Nice to see you. Oh, see people come and go. Okay, Stanti, what would be your reply in a way to this homage to John Coltrane?
Well, then it's my homage to one of the greatest figures in jazz history that was recently departed. I recently got an album of his that's not really an album. It's basically, if you dig deep, it's a compilation. It was released as an album, but all the tracks had been released priorly on library soundtracks, 10 inches. So they were never commercially available. And these 10 inches, I have some of them, but they are extremely difficult to track down, even so in good shape, and the prices are going up. So this one is a very cheap opportunity to get this amazing music.
Stanti, why on 10-inch the originals? Any idea? One just for the fun of it, or any reason?
I'm not sure. To be honest, I have not really any idea. These tracks were released on, I think, 5-6 different 10-inch library soundtracks. Musique pour l'image, MPI, so a label that started in like 64, I believe. They continued up until the 80s, and these records were never issued. But tracks, Martial Solal's tracks were packaged in this. This is the only pressing of this. So
Right.
it is still
when did this come out?
60.
Also,
I'm not sure.
Okay, also that early. Okay, okay.
Yeah. And like the fact that this is still available at very cheap just means that like it is
good.
really under the radar. Because like I was like,
do you have one of those 10 inches you have at hand?
Yeah. I have half of them, and
but at hand, I mean that you can show it now.
I'll see. Yeah, I think I have one somewhere
If
in
not,
the master.
hey, come on,
No.
Much,
But like
before
we
before the
listen.
shelves collapse, don't.
Yeah. So we listen to a track on the A side. The B side is more advanced. The first side is more like traditional improvised themes. It's classic trio, but like sometimes he's on solo. He plays there the piano, the harpsichord, the electric organ, and he has he's a duo of like bass and percussionists playing whenever they're playing on the. But it's really, it's a testimony to a sort of like cool modal jazz that like the guy passed away like a month and a half ago. 97 years old. I talked with someone who was
97. Okay,
yeah,
wow.
and he was still playing. He was still recording.
Nice.
Which means he had so many different stages in his career, like the 50s, where he was basically part of the invention of jazz in Europe, the 60s, where he was, he also composed for other like pop musicians and became very rich thanks to that, like getting royalties throughout his career.
Yeah, that's something when it comes to library records. I miss one thing, but it's not possible, of course. But I would love to know which of those songs really got used for the purpose they were made of, advertisement, movies, or whatever.
Radio.
Theater,
yeah.
We will never figure out, right? Where has it been used? I would love to know.
One of the most well-known use of library soundtracks is Dawn of the Dead,
the Romero,
So there's two cuts of that movie, the American cut and the European cut that was because it was produced by Dario Argento. And for that, he hired Goblin to do a soundtrack. But in the US, the movie was released with only library soundtrack cues.
Okay, now that you mentioned that, Thomas Stanti, what are the biggest library records hit? Okay, now we have that one. Is there another one? You know of some, Thomas? I don't.
The biggest hit from used
in the gallery? In the gallery, maybe somebody knows. Favorites to know that would be DJ Zocchi or Justin Peters. No, nobody knows. Okay,
I know there's a bunch of Hammer movies. Most of them have actual soundtracks, original soundtracks, but I know a bunch of them used library cues from composers who were doing also regular soundtracks for these movies, but who were doing both. I'm not sure. I'm sure there's a resource about that.
Probably there is. We will figure that out. Time for music, Thomas.
You'll get some here.
Oh, that's good.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Right now, we'd like to move to groove. made the right move, whether you made the wrong move, you got to move when it's your move. You got to move when you want to. Move, 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 move. It's hard to move, when it's your move. It's hard to move and groove and do your thing when it's your move. But when you move, cause when you move, think about whether, now whether you made the new move, whether you made the old move, whether you made the right move, whether you made the wrong move. When it's your move, you got to move when you want to. Move, 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 move,
Not a Japanese artist, but a Japanese pressing.
Yeah,
Or
and it's
did it only come out in Japan now?
yeah, it's an only Japanese release. It's
Okay.
1972, Roy Ayers, and with his new band at that time, UBQ. I can't say that. They did this live recording in Japan.
Oh, nice.
That's the first record he put out together with his band.
You still have the music on, Thomas, so we cannot hear you that good. Thank you.
What was the year of that?
Distortion.
1972. He did records back to 1962 with just called Roy Ayers, but with Ubik, it's the first one, 1972.
Nice
And
one.
it's one of them you never hear, but it's
But the song, some people knew the song. Yes, Move to the Groove. Or was that not the name of the song?
Well, he's singing it throughout the whole song, so
Yeah.
it's difficult to miss.
you see the title here, B1, that one.
B1. Ah, yeah, okay, now see, that is a Japanese for, yes, Move to the Groove.
Yeah.
That's an easy one. If your Japanese is fluently like mine.
Yeah.
Santi, how is your Japanese?
How is my Japanese?
Huh?
Konnichiwa.
At least, hey, come on.
Yeah. Ohayo gozaimasu. But yeah,
That means
it's
where
funny.
is the next? That means where is the next record store, right?
Yeah, kind of.
And what else?
It's implied. It's
remember
implied.
What you can say in Japanese probably. Can I get it for half of the price?
No. You just need discunion.
Nice.
Rekorfan. No, but it's funny. Thomas played that. I played a Roy Ayers related record and track on my latest stream, but I think I'm gonna play it again then because it's not impossible Thomas doesn't know about that record. It's not super obscure, but it's not super like obvious either. So
Okay.
let's have it.
I love the jacket. It's wonderful. Okay. Tell us a bit about the record, Stunty.
So this is from 1966, and in a way, this track is a sort of, in my mind, a sort of echo thematically to Hat and Beards, the opening track on Eric Dolphy's Out to Lunch. You got this bass that barely moves. You got like the bass doing its
Yeah.
motive, and the percussion that just does whatever it wants, but still stays, has the structure of the 4/4 in a way, and then you get these two insanely beautiful solos. First of Roy Ayers on the piano, and then Jack Wilson on the vibes, and it's surprisingly a composition by Ornette Coleman.
Oh, okay.
But like that version is the version, in my opinion. This was released both in the US and the UK around the same time, both mono and stereo. Originally, this is the stereo edition. It's not a super expensive record. It's not a cheap one either. If you want an original one,
It has been reissued though.
yeah, it has been reissued as well. Yeah, you can find it, and it's an incredible piece. The first side has compositions by Oliver Nelson, J.J. Johnson, and John Coltrane, and the second side is a little bit different.
Okay,
It's
while
basically
you study fix your distortion again, Thomas gives us some music.
can you please block Jose Morero Noran?
Yeah. I do. No. Is your window overlooking the Black Lodge from Twin Peaks? I like that question somehow. Though it comes from Jose, but still a good question.
It is the Black Lodge in the background.
your power for the bills you refuse to pay. Consolidation with Russia Corporation won't help collectors and pay. Court is closed. Court is closed. Nah, nah, nah. Court is closed. We send bill after bill through your office. Our collectors bit by dog and gun. Court is closed. Court is closed. Promises won't slow collection today. It's too late for that anyway.
Great song. Beautiful jacket.
And the label that you don't see that often.
Wait a second. Here, Reka Records. Okay.
It's from 1974. They did, I think they did 2 albums in this.
Yeah.
One in 1973 and this one in 1974. Some of the tracks are the same.
Okay.
But this one is the only one I ever seen of those 2. And it's a little bit like a Black Exploitation soundtrack. There's a lot of good tracks.
Somebody wrote that. Exactly. I agree. Yeah, it is. It is.
And I can never remember which one is the best one. So there's a lot of similar sounding good tracks on it.
Okay. Stunty, you aware of that record? Or was that new to you? You're muted.
No, that one I didn't know. I know Dale Jones, but no, I didn't know that one.
Anyone want to say? I know that DJ Zocchi has a copy. Thomas has a copy. Or do you have more than one, Thomas?
I have one, only one. I think it's
only one.
It didn't used to be very expensive, but I think now it's you can't find one.
Okay, yeah, because also DJ Zocchi was happy that he didn't sell a copy.
Yeah, because I think I paid 100 for it, and now I can see it goes for 1,000. So it's
1,000, only 1,000. Okay,
I'm not totally sure, but it's not easy to find anymore.
It's so. When did you buy it, Thomas?
6-7 years ago. Not that long.
Oh, look.
Compared to price.
Okay. Yeah. Who sampled it?
Yeah, there might be a lot of. I don't know. I never looked into that.
Yeah, Stunty, your turn if you like to.
Something that was literally just released, but I guess quite a few people will want to own very soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will hear. Santi, do you hear me? To mute Stanti and so that maybe you can fill the gap, Thomas, with
I guess Thomas knows what that record is, right?
Yeah, Stanti, you have terrible distortions. We tried to talk to you, but you didn't hear us.
I don't have distortion. It's coming from this because here the sound is just perfect.
Yeah, I can imagine, but so it's probably when we have now we have echo. Yeah, no problems. Those things can happen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a shame. Yeah, but the song, for the most part, let's say for 60%, 70%, we could hear that really was amazing. What was it, Stanti? Really beautiful.
So it's people were talking about how it was incredible that The Cure released a new album after like 13 years or something.
Yeah.
So this is 23 years in the making.
Okay.
So this is Vincent Gallo, the Renaissance man, stuntman, actor, painter, gangster,
multi-talented guy.
Yeah. Well, and also kind of a creep as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And in 2001, he released an album on Warp Records, who also went on to reissue an album of original soundtrack he did in the 80s. But ever since then, he's just been his weirdo, lonesome self doing.
He's doing stuff. Come on, let's.
Yeah, I've sold a couple of records to him, and he's a gearhead record collector. He says he's not, but he is. He's really into like outsider folk and stuff like that. And this record he's doing with a friend of his, Harper Simon, who happens to be the son of Paul Simon.
Okay.
From Simon and Garfunkel.
But Garfunkel had also a son, right? I remember him, and he was terrible.
Yeah, but that's not the topic at hand right now. So this was recorded, as they say, in New York City during the winter of 2018 through the spring of 2019. And as you could hear before the sound got a little bit worse, that pressing is insanely good.
What label?
It's his own label. He self-released it.
Because also the jacket looks really
it's really nice. So this is glued on the sleeve. This is seal screen. This is seal screen.
Right? You have
this
a
is
copy
glued on the sleeve. Well, that's the thing. It's still available.
Okay, good.
It was released. I think I talked about it in a stream of ours last year. That it was upcoming, and it was released. I think the first or second week of January. It took a while to get to me, and it's funny because like if you look on Discogs, they say it's like avant-garde, experimental, blah blah. Which in a way there is that in spirit, but it's just a pop record.
A little bit left field, but in a very Thomas, I'm sure you order one copy. Please make it 2.
I'm just ordering one now. I think it's the best song I heard for a long time.
Yeah, please do 2. Yeah, then I save some time.
Everybody, there's 14 for sale. I can see. So
You know,
it's-
guys, I could like we had a system, huh? You could have had it already.
Yeah. Hello, Rattenkaiser.
I'll
Nice
show you
to
the
see
label also because the label
Yeah.
is pretty nice as well.
Yeah, this is a labor of love. You can see that in every detail. In every detail.
Well, the only thing that will make you like, this is the inner sleeve.
Yeah, but
I
better
think
than
it's fine.
Yeah, I agree, Stunty. Better than this only paper stuff. So there's nothing wrong with that sleeve.
Then we agree.
We agree. Okay, have you finished ordering our copies, Thomas?
But had you? Oh, I thought that Thomas would already have it. Like when I started to play it, I thought like you were already like moving along of it as if you already knew it.
No, I was just like, okay, I like this. I didn't.
No,
I didn't.
that was really good. And the whole record is like that, or is it very different?
I'll play some more on my Friday stream. I
Okay.
played the opening track. That is, there's a bunch of tracks like that on it, and others that are maybe a little more eerie or
Okay.
ambient-ish in a way. But
Yeah,
there's
well.
still always like this feeling of contemplative feeling,
Yeah.
contemplative.
Okay, Thomas. Your turn if you like to.
Tendez en le monde, dit ou comme ça qui la vie, c'est un seul trip. Mais l'on bien gardé, ou 40 vous compte qui la guerre, fini en mode. Moi qu'à songer, qui la vie a pas été comme ça, sans la passer, et qu'à ça non fait si t'es là. L'on bien gardé pour qu'à oublier que mon Dieu pas parler. C'est toi un homme qui pour guider l'esprit en homme doit abonder, inscrit à son livre, laissez bon nous à vous choisir. J'y mets pour faire pour aujourd'hui là. Toute ma maille. Bonjour Kevin, nous tous qu'à rêver de là. On s'attendait et moi ça s'arrête dans le système t'as là. C'est pas combattre, dis fait que c'est dans ce côté. Toujours changer. Pas quitter vieux penser rentrer à dedans. Cette solution c'est louer bon Dieu en nous.
Good question, Ed Topo. Is this from Mustique?
I would say no, because Mustique is English. This is a French release.
Phase A, Phase B.
You can see the label here.
Wait a second. Puzzle Pulsion.
And it's track number 2.
No, 1986? Or? Yeah.
I was hoping Stanley could tell me more about it.
Well, it's a record that has had. No. It's not like there's something you should be able to find on your end, I think, because.
Thank you, Dave Pounds. You're very welcome.
Yeah, this is a record that has enjoyed the Renaissance. Like this kind of music is very popular in, like, creator DJs in France and not just in France. It's not something you see I mean, you can hear the production. Like, this is an 80s record. It's not anything traditional. Can you show the label again, Thomas?
But Santi, you said this kind of music.
Yeah.
What kind of music is it? What genre was that?
It's music from it's post-colonial music made. So this is from the French. As you can see here, si on choue, si on travaille, it's what we called in French petit nègre, which was like the way that colonial population were learning phonetically French and then developing their own culture, vocabulary culture. And it's like there were in Paris nightclubs in the 80s where that's the kind of stuff that would be playing. Le Globo, for example. Yeah, it's funny how you have like GT7. Like, can you show the label again? Yeah, like all this information that goes in all directions. GT7, puzzle production, tempo free. What is all this? It's yeah, but you still have the SACEM logo, which is like the French BM, the French the biggest right holder company, yeah, it's a fun little record. There's a lot of these. This one is not super. It's not one of the biggest ones, but it's because it's rare. Like, people are really looking for it because it's a cool record. There's like lots of records like that, I would say, that are really cool. But this one is enjoying a sort of renaissance these days.
Yeah, now that you said it, I was just looking for it, but I didn't find it that fast. I have a wonderful sampler that came out around 6 years ago about exactly that kind of music, of those people who lived in Paris, had their own club scene, and played this post-colonialism music. It's a wonderful sample. I didn't find it now. I look it up. I show next week. That's really cool. You have this kind of music too, Stunty?
Yeah. I have quite a few stuff. I played some stuff like that on the stream with you every now and then. But I'll play something connected to that. But like it's like Lowell here says, it still sounds fresh from '86. Well, let's go 25 years before that. Still African music, and let's see how fresh it sounds. I mean, the pressing is African, so
okay.
Remember. But it's funny because
you know what we have to expect.
Yeah, but it's funny that, like, can you show the back cover, Thomas? Again, please.
Yes, of course.
I want to see how tempo is referenced on that cover. If you can make him big, Michael. and the lower end of the cover, so we can see production, tempo. So I'm gonna. It's just weird that I had lined up a record on that label.
Okay. The distortion starts.
So this is one of my biggest finds of the year so far. Thankfully, I got it for a decent price. It's like to find a VG Plus copy of this,
Yeah.
you have to be you have to be happy already.
Okay.
So this is a very strange label. So as you could see, this is from when Guinea got kind of their independence. This was recorded in 62. So before Guinea had electricity on a widespread level. So this is why this is before you got electric guitars. It doesn't mean that they weren't exposed to Western music through the radio, and that's what you can hear here. Like there is a sort of riffing there that is not traditional of the music that we're doing 10 years before. And basically, there's a guy I think from Armenia who lived in the US, who went to Guinea and heard the music and thought, like, he went to the Ministry of Culture and told them, I want to record all of that. So they organized a sort of national contest of like all the musicians, the traditional musicians, to come and like compete, so that to do really the best they could. And there's a series. The first covers look like that.
Okay. So those are African records.
So they were produced. They're
In
kind
France?
of American and African. So they were produced. I think they were pressed in France or something, but only distributed in Guinea and a little bit in America.
Ah, okay.
But the
strange concept. Never heard of that concept.
Yeah, in 65, I believe there was like an international fair in New York. So they repackaged some of these with new pressings, new covers. And ever since then, nothing. But like the first 5 releases on the label, they have also 7 inches. But the 5 first releases are before 64, 65, so before electricity. And after that, you get more like, it's still good, but it's more like bands that have a sort of proto-Zamrock, maybe, you could say. Or at least like the structure and the aesthetic is more, we're more used to it. This is from Guinea, but it is more from the region, because like back then, the traditional culture, like, it wasn't created with the borders that white men abstractly created after World War I or World War II. So it's this whole region with Mali, Guinea, Senegal, and this is some of the absolute best recordings I've heard of kora, this instrument that you can.
Thomas, do you know this kind of records, or is that new to you?
I never seen that record, but the sound of it I recognize. But I was thinking more like Mali. I have some records from Mali that sound a bit the same. So I think it's interesting that it has like a African, Asian feeling to the sound.
It's because this instrument, the kora, which is both a lute and a drum. So it's played both ways, but the drum aspect of it is harmonic. So it's really usually the combination. There's also some tracks with vocals accompanying that, but usually you have kora and balafon, which is like a sort of drum, tuned drum, like the xylophone or marimbas. And funny that you mentioned Mali, since when after Don Cherry moved to Europe in the early 70s, and namely to Sweden, he went to Mali and to this whole region to learn these instruments, the kora, the balafon, and different kinds of flutes. And he stayed there on and off for years with a companion from Sweden, Christer Bothén, who's like one of the greatest bass clarinet jazzmen in history, but who also plays these instruments. And he is going to come to the festival this summer, to my music festival, to play a set of a duo of kora with he's a master of that. So he will have a student, and and he's like 80 something. So it will be probably, he doesn't play that instrument usually, but like when they released that book
Oh,
for
that's great. And that means that if I join the festival, I'm not the oldest person.
no.
Thanks for
Definitely
doing
not.
that, Santi.
No, there will be some other, but yeah, that will be quite exceptional. But I've been really going in a rabbit hole in the past few months of specific instruments from specific regions of Africa in specific times, like namely before electricity was widespread. And that's, I think, a concept that we don't talk too much about, because why would we? We just like music, etc. But when you think about the impact on electricity, of course, in the Western world, we take it for granted, but in the rest of the world,
Yeah,
not
you're right.
necessarily.
Yeah.
And what's interesting for me is like all these musicians that probably
So
heard
true.
music.
See, Marius is a nice person. See, you're not old, just wiser. Santi is a bad person, but he knows a lot, so that's why he's here.
Okay. No, but yeah, the fact that all these musicians were exposed to Western music with electricity, but they couldn't do it, doesn't mean that they didn't do music, and doesn't mean that they were not influenced by that. And I think that there is like a sweet spot in music history where you can find this music that doesn't
Santi,
have.
you clear the distortion, and Thomas plays some music.
I've just said I think this sound of that record is the sound I'm looking for as well. I get more and more happy to go to the early 60s and find those releases in Colombia, Guinea, and there's more than you believe.
I can imagine. Yeah, of course there is, which is a good thing. Imagine you would know it all. How boring would that be?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you know this one. I think I'll take you on a trip to Mexico.
Mexico. I hope Jose is still here. Santi, call Jose. We play. Thomas plays Mexican music.
He's going to call for cultural appropriation then. So.
Oh,
he's not even Mexican, huh? So
I can imagine. nice one.
Yeah, you always said you have it like there's always looking like this, the covers. And it's
Oh yeah.
it's impossible to see if it's a €1 record or a €100 record.
That's a problem, right?
Yeah,
And this
if
is
you don't,
€2. Let me guess, this is a €2 record.
I paid €1 for it, so
Okay. See?
and I bought 2 of them sealed copies. I sold one and opened the other one.
That's a good show.
Because the
Right.
track on it.
Mucha sabidurio. Yeah, but people also reflected on the outfits. I love it. I think we should have the same dress for Den Bosch in April, so that we can see us from far.
Yeah, and we always need to walk together then. Yeah.
It would be so ridiculous. I love it.
Yeah, you have to listen to hundreds and hundreds of those albums if you
Yeah,
don't
that's the problem.
about the Mexican music. But then I didn't know about this record when I bought it. It was only when I started to listen to tracks, and I was like, oh, this one I like.
And this one I like too.
And I'm not sure about the price, but I think it will be some hundred. I think it will be now.
Okay. Always the same story. Damn it.
But
Dante. Yeah. Sorry, Thomas. Go ahead.
Yeah, but that's the time. That's the cost it takes to dig through so many records.
That's yeah, exactly. If you have someone who figures out the good ones, and then you can listen to it, that's quite worth something, right, Stanti?
Yeah.
And that's I know that you say that, Thomas say that it's the annoying part that you have to listen so often to not so good music to find the really good
Yeah.
ones.
I mean, on the level we're at, yeah, absolutely. If you have this this thirst for being constantly challenged by new cool music, well, I was talking about like an artist I'm booking for the festival, and she was telling me, "Oh, you have the coolest job in the world," and I was, yeah, well, there's also like the depressing aspect of it.
Tell her to call me. I tell her how cool your job sometimes is.
Yeah, well.
Plenty.
How about a little trip in Polynesia, in the Pacific Ocean?
Karl and Friedrich likes it. They are looking around. What's going on here?
Oh, this is Mike Cooper, one of the masters of pedal steel guitar, English musician who moved to Australia in I don't remember exactly when, in the 90s, 2000s, and he specialized in these, like, not exclusively, but like this is one of my favorite records of his, where he does this like Hawaiian, Polynesian pedal steel guitar, where he mixes this with field recordings and does some electronics with it, and it's just a wonderful record. I think it was first reissued as a 10-inch, and this is the expanded full version of that came out.
So you started with a record that has originally been a 10-inch and then got into a 12-inch.
Yeah.
And now you
Again.
had a 12-inch that was being reissued as a 10-inch. Okay.
No, but it's Mike Cooper really. He is quite prolific. I don't love all his albums, but this one I think is really one of the highlights of his discography. It has this very soothing quality, but also something a little bit mysterious, mischievous. It's sort of like David Lynch Hawaiian music in a way.
Okay, if you put it that way. But don't forget, David Lynch cannot say "Stunt you wrong" anymore, right? So
he would never say that.
He would never ever say that. Thomas, anything with animals or music?
It could be some music. This one I had on the gramophone for a long time, and now we get it.
Japanese synth pop is, I love it. I so love it. But that's another rabbit hole, right? Dante, Thomas? Boah.
That one is a stone cold classic.
Distortion, stories. So. Thomas, did you get it at the time, or is it in? Where did you get it? When did you get it? Because I'm so eager to have this record.
Yes, this one been popular for. I think I had it for 10 years. This one. This is.
It's a record. Go on, Thomas.
No, it's fine.
It's a record that I guess was probably first hyped by people around the whole CBS scene. CBS is a cosmic broadcasting system. It's like a radio and a scene of DJs from the Netherlands originally, but it was kind of like a worldwide, like it's the cosmic disco people basically. And Maria, I think that's their last album. It's a band that was active for 4, 5, 6 years, something like that.
Yeah.
And this is the one that like there's a tons of reissues of that. Like it's a record you used to find for not that much, and suddenly this was a €200 record. Now to find an original in good shape, complete, it's probably a little more than that. But yeah, it's.
But this is amazing stuff. I mean, if you're a child of the 80s and dig this kind of music, this is brilliant. And I wonder how many records are out there we don't know about.
Well, I'll play you one right now that is
that's cool.
Coming from a similar perspective, similar age, and with a different price.
If it's that good, we will see. From your show.
So yeah, this is a really, really cool record that I think even like the aesthetic of it, like this is from 1985.
Okay.
Like this is basically like how almost every single label that is cool right now wants to look like. Their design, logos, everything. It's just so ahead of its time. It has
The
this,
name is Program World Standard.
yeah. But it has this quality of like ambient, new age, pop, city pop, and traditional Japanese music. You can almost feel like this would be the soundtrack to one of the coolest PlayStation 1 game for kids.
You still have a PlayStation 1, Stanty?
I've never had any, but no, but I've seen it, like Pikmin, like this Nintendo game where like the music on this is so timeless while being also so easy to identify as from the 80s.
True.
Did you know this one, Thomas?
No, but I like it more than the one I played. So it's
well, because the one you played, for people like you and me, we've heard it so much. It's become such a classic. Of course, if you're going to hear this for the first time, it's going to be wow for people like us. I wouldn't dismiss the Maria record, but yeah, this one is still fresh.
Like us. So,
no, but people who
I, as one of the lower people,
no, we just no. It's just that, like Michael was asking, is there any more records like that out there that are not already?
Of course.
Here's a good example. I've been aware of that record for a long time, and it took me a while to think, like, okay, I'm biting the bullet, because there's one song that I think is like 10 times better than the one I played on this. But the whole album is filled with songs like that.
Yeah.
But the one song I love on this has also one part that I think is too cheesy. But when you get it for the right price, which was like $20,
oh, that's nice.
then you can, as we already discussed, you can live with like 20 seconds, 2 times 20 seconds in a 5-minute long song that you don't like.
Exactly.
And after listening to it for the 5th time, you even start to enjoy the stuff that you didn't like.
Yeah. Thomas, do we stay in Japan or do we move on?
We, I think something we not play very often is a pop track from Denmark. But I found an extra copy of this album that I'll put on the OBC. So I think people should hear it, because it's one that I really like myself, and one that Danish people like.
We are supposed to meet lipsticks on my teeth in the restroom while we OP. As I forget my name and my street. The room is empty, doing the scan. Tomorrow's day, you won't stand a chance. The night time is the right time to take it right. To where the music's high. Do you like the sound? Straight right to the town of East. Serenade into the streets. Never wanna go to sleep. Apologize to my soul feet. When I grow old, I'll still be me. I guess I'm still looking for trouble. I guess I'm still looking for trouble. Tell me what love is. What if love is? What if our love is looking for trouble? Just looking for trouble. Sugar, sweet girl, it's me, sour, it's sour. Come on, Amanda, Gina, Katie, Louisa, and Jane, my Sarah, and Ida. Come on, girls.
Come on, girls.
Yeah, that was something different. But it's I really love this record. It's from 2013,
Okay.
and
So,
she's one of the biggest singers we have in Denmark. Her name is Coco, and she did this product called Quadron in 2013 and
yeah, but that has a wonderful 80s vibe, no doubt about that.
it is,
Yeah.
and it's an album full with good tracks.
Okay, nice. Stunty, too sweet for you, or you enjoyed it?
No, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. It's not groundbreaking or anything. It's like really, literally, like catering to a certain aesthetic that
Mhm.
a lot of people will like, including myself. But what year was that release?
2013.
2013. Okay.
Distortion, Stunty.
Okay.
But it's already fixed quite fast. So
Yeah.
okay.
So yeah, then I'll play some Swedish female pop from
Okay, cool. But
from
I have to
2000.
tell you, it's the time, this time of the evening. You play one song, Thomas plays one song, and then we see us next week. So choose wisely, Stunt.
It's already chosen. It's
It's already good. That's great.
I think it's a song that was, well, I'll talk about it later. It's not necessarily the greatest thing ever, or it's a song from its time. Back then it was pretty cool. You will see what you like about it.
Yeah.
It was another grey, ordinary day. I met you in the store, you were in my way. We talked about the rain falling on the streets. understand you. Don't pretend you have no clue. I may be wrong or I may be true, but I think you like me too.
I love it.
In my mind, I see a lantern shining bright. I know you'll be mine in no time. In the moonshine, deep in my soul, I know that we were never meant to go. Walking alone, so be mine in the sunshine. Hold me so tight in the night. I see a lantern shining bright. I know you'll be mine in no time. In the moonshine, deep in my soul. And I gave you a kiss when we went to dance. I felt it in the air, it was a romance. I looked into your eyes, you gave me a smile. And nothing else existed for a while. Hold me so tight in the night. I see a lantern shining bright. I know you'll be mine in no time. In the moonshine, deep in my soul, I know that we were never meant to go. Walking alone, so be mine in the sunshine. Hold me so tight in the night. I see a lantern shining bright. I know you'll be mine in no time. In the moonshine, deep in my soul, I know that we were never meant to go. Walking alone, so be mine in the sunshine. Hold me so tight in the night. I see a lantern shining bright. I know you'll be mine in no time. In the moonshine, deep in my soul, I know that we were never meant to go. Walking alone, so be mine in the sunshine.
Yeah, so this is the first album of Sally Shapiro, which is both the name of this duo and of this singer, which is obviously not her real name since she's a Swedish woman from Lund. And
Okay.
this came out in 2006. It was kind of like right at the height of the cosmic disco, new disco wave that was very exciting back then, and that we now have forgotten because like it become a bit tired. They're still around. They released an album like 2 years
Yeah.
ago on Italians Do It Better, and
Okay.
and this
Which
is
is,
by
of,
the
which
way,
is of course a lie, right?
Yeah. Oh well, it's Johnny Jewel's label from New York, but
But
this is
the funny
Mhm.
thing once more, Stunt, you just mentioned it's from 2006.
Yeah.
And there's this is a new record, and then it's 19 years ago.
Yeah, and remember, like 2006, this kind of music,
Yeah.
like this is not an easy record to find. I bought it when it was released, but I just looked it up. It's not a cheap record.
That's crazy, isn't it? 2006. No,
I mean,
no,
back then there was a lot of underground hype around them, and this was a very expensive record at one point. But now I think you can probably find it for about 60 euros, which is not crazy,
cheap, come on. Yeah.
But it's not cheap
great,
for something that you could think, oh, there's probably like a million things like that, and there is, but this one is also kind of unique, which is why it kind of hit a chord with people.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not something I listen to that much anymore. Back then, it was relevant as a DJ in a certain context, but I recently pulled it out and listened to it for a gig I was doing, and I decided, I'm not going to play it for this. But then I thought, like, after, like, for us tonight, after Thomas played,
it's good enough.
No, not in that.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. I know you were going there.
Perfect place for this. Yeah, of course.
Did you know about it, Thomas?
No.
Look, Sean. Italians do it. In fact, no, they don't do it better. Trust me.
Let's guess if there's an I at the end of his last name. Sean, is there an I at the tail end of your last name, of your family name? Tell us all. Huh?
Thomas.
Yeah, I could see it. And you said it's the last track, so it would be a connection to what I can see, like the Champions League later here tonight. So finish in Sweden, but with some sport.
Europe.
I know the countdown.
Baseball, basketball, wiener dog, short shorts, cigarette, surfboard, ping pong, rugby ball, wiener dog, skiing down on the beach, sports, 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 beach ball, volleyball, naked girls and naked boys do the dance down on the beach, smoking dope, short shorts, cigarette, getting high in the morning, buying things off the internet. Sports. 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 Getting high in the morning,
Music for the aisle depends on the aisle, huh? Yeah.
One of the best music videos, I think, for many years. I really love this, where he played tennis. You should look it up. But from 2018, Viagra Boys Sports.
Yeah, that's amazing. And yeah, considering Champions League soccer, football, the only sport that counts, and Italians don't do that better. Yeah, Thomas, Stanti, thank you so much. And finally, I can say we see us next week.
Hopefully,
For sure. Not
You know, I
hopefully.
had to cancel a dinner party tonight.
Oh, thanks for doing that. Highly appreciated. Okay, thank you all for joining us. I hope to see you all next week. Have a wonderful time until next week. Thank you all. Bye.